Hey guys, hey chooms. I finished Cyberpunk. I finished it, and I have played a second playthrough to level. Oh my god, it's almost level 30. Street cred of 50. Time for a review. So, like I said, I finished the main story. I have 161 hours in game, according to Steam. I don't do hardly any AFK time, so I'm pretty solid on that number. I've got 161 hours in. I did my early impressions a while ago. Of course, I had the holidays. Got a brand new computer I'm very happy with. Uh, I normally build my own computer, but I splurged and got myself an iBuyPower. And I have to say, it's a good, solid build. Uh, they're terrible when it comes to communication. It was really frustrating trying to get information from them, but the build is solid, and I'm quite pleased with the new rig. I'm able to record smoothly now. I don't have to step it down to 1080p low. I'm playing on 1440p with, it's a custom setting. I don't have the video card yet. I gave my son the 3070 that came in my new rig, and so I'm trying to find a 3070 in stock because it's an absolutely fantastic card at the $500 price point. But this isn't about PC hardware. I have a Intel 10700KF processor with a solid overclock at 5.1. I'm even thinking about going to 5.2 megahertz or 5.2 gigahertz. I have 16 gigs of Corsair 3400 or 3200. I already forgot. I think it's 32. The timings on the RAM aren't particularly aggressive, but then again, RAM speed and RAM timings don't make that much of a difference when it comes to PC gaming. The AMD Ryzen processors benefit more from faster RAM. It has an Intel 660p 1TB M.2 SSD, and then I piggybacked my Samsung Evo Plus 1TB M.2 SSD, because why not? But I'm still just slumming with a 1080 graphics card, so this thing has a ferocious AIO water cooler. I'm seeing temperatures under load right now, 56C, 58C, every once in a while 60, 63. It's bouncing around. I haven't broke the maximum for this session on hardware monitor 73, so great all-in-one water cooler there. But anyway, Cyberpunk. Wow, Cyberpunk. This game's catching a lot of flack. Some of it's deserved, some of it isn't. So let's get to talking here. Let's talk about Cyberpunk. Here we are, in all of its glory. Cyberpunk 2077. We've waited 8 years for this monster. So Cyberpunk 2077, if you don't know, is a first-person open-world RPG set in the year 2077 in the cyberpunk style, cyberpunk being a futuristic sci-fi setting where humans and technology are beginning to merge, so cybernetics, humans are becoming cybernetic organisms. Have some coffee. Coffee is life. So you can think of things like Deus Ex Human Revolution, that's cyberpunk, Blade Runner, cyberpunk. Then there's the cyberpunk game, and this game is based on that tabletop game. So let's hit the negatives. Let's go through the negatives so we can hit the positives. Let's end on a positive. So the game is buggy. You probably know the game's buggy. You've heard the game is buggy. It's been patched. We're currently on patch 1.05. CD Projekt Red is doing a good job squashing bugs. I did not find the game excessively buggy, but I'm playing on PC, as you should be, because consoles suck. I haven't had any game-breaking bugs, if you will. Hold on a minute here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, this is one of the systems I hate right here. I hate this. You're bebopping along, you're doing your thing that you want to do, and these NPCs interrupt. They can do it in the middle of dialogues. It's very annoying. I hate that system. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. Why doesn't 2077 have voicemail? You know, there should be a button to send him to voicemail so I can look at his message later. But I hate that. Anyway, so the game is buggy. The bugs have not been game breaking for me. I have had no bugs prevent me from finishing quests. I have had no bugs. I have had no crashes to desktop. The game's been rock solid stable. So for me, in my experience, I wouldn't qualify this as an excessively buggy game. Okay, when I think of excessively buggy, I think of things like, well, to be fair, you know, let me see. If I'm really being... See, I didn't think Fallout 4 was crazy buggy. Fallout 76 was pretty buggy. Excuse me. You know, I didn't find the Elder Scrolls games to be excessively buggy. But I understand that when game developers are trying to push the limits... Oh, I got used to my double jump and now I lost it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put double jump back on this guy. I like to superhero double jump over the streets because sometimes you get run over by cars. You know, I saw one NPC T-posing. There's this annoying bug where if you try to jump on a wall and it has some debris and you land in the debris and don't make it up the wall, sometimes it'll damage you, and if you don't fix the situation quickly, it will kill you. So that sucks. I have had one instance where there were some gangbangers shooting at the cops, and I tried to, because you're supposed to intervene. You're supposed to jump in and, well, you can. I should be very careful with the phrase, with the word, well, the phrase supposed to. You can jump in and help the cops, and you can make some XP and some money. So bugs for me have not been bad. So on to the next thing. Brain dances. Brain dances are dreams and memories that you can relive virtually with a device. I hate them. I hate the brain dance system. I hate brain dances. I think they're garbage. I think they're just it's a shallow, kitschy kind of thing where they're simply implementing this system because they think it's neat, when as a gaming device it's garbage. You know, you need to, hey, you need to find out, this guy took this thing, here's his name, here's what he took, and here's where he went. That's what you need to know. That could be done in a couple, 3 lines of dialogue in a normal game. But oh no, not in Cyberpunk. We have to spend the next 10 fucking minutes going through this stupid, infuriating, crappy, find the right point and click thing to hold the scanner over. It's monumentally stupid. I hate the brain dances. They're garbage. You know, they saw Batman Arkham Asylum's detective mode and they thought, oh, let's do a Cyberpunk spin on it. No, don't. It's garbage. The next thing I don't like, the endings suck. I won't do spoilers, but the endings just suck. This is a game that I don't want to end. And it's not because the game is so great. It's because the endings suck. The endings are pure shit. I hate the endings. I just, ugh. They're mostly bad endings. And then there's one ending that's just kind of less bad than the others. It's just, and what you're choosing isn't clear from the dialogue. So that's really frustrating. The justice system. So if you accidentally damage or kill a civilian, police start teleporting in on you from nowhere. You hear this ridiculous horn sound, and they just start spawning in on you and shooting you. And if you don't understand what's happening and shoot them back and kill one of them, you get another bounty and another bounty and another. And at a certain point, they start spawning in these super powerful, crazy. It's the Max Tac squad. It's crap. It's just utter crap. I hate the justice system. You can accidentally, like, if you get in your car and get too close, or motorcycle, and get too close to a civilian, the civilian will panic and run in a random direction. If they randomly run in front of your car and your car is moving, you kill them and you're now wanted. So whatever you were about to do, whatever your plans were for that gaming moment, is completely upended by the shitty AI of the NPCs interacting with the shitty driving system, which I'll get to that in a minute, and it activates the shitty justice system. So it's really frustrating. It's bad game design. They shouldn't have done it. I'm taking off points for it. The so let's talk about the driving. The driving is bad. The vehicles are too sensitive at slow speeds. Now, part of this is based on the quality of the vehicle. So as you get better and better vehicles, they handle better. And I think a lot of reviewers never figured that out or didn't notice it. So it gets better later in the game. So your driving experience improves. But unfortunately, you can't upgrade the cars. You can't upgrade your driving ability through character points, although I'm not sure I'd want to. So the driving is just terrible. It's just terrible early on. It gets to where it's bearable. And, because, I found myself running everywhere my first 20 levels until I finally got access to some better vehicles. If you follow the main storyline, you'll even and if you make the right choices, so you might want to research this, there are specific choices you have to make to get Johnny's Porsche 911. It's a great car. I really like my 911. Let me show it to you. It's a fantastic car. Yeah, shut the fuck up. So, here's Johnny's 911. This is a good car. This is a good car right here. The other reason you want your cars is for the stash. You really want to utilize this. This is not shared stash. It's very important. This is not shared between vehicles. It's not shared with your apartment. So you need to find a car you like, pick it, and then use that as your mobile storage device. And like I said, the driving gets better. So the armor. So let's talk about gear. One thing they do on the gear, your armor has slots. It has mod slots. Okay. There's a max. So for chest armor and shirt, it's 4 slots. Everything else, it's 3 slots. The number of slots is completely random. It doesn't even matter about the quality or level of the gear. That sucks. It totally fucking sucks, because you can come across a piece of random gear, and legendary gear, and you see the orange icon on the body or the box from a distance, and you think, oh boy, I'm gonna get some awesome gear. And you might get awesome gear, or you might get shit gear. It's completely random, and that's all predicated on the number of mod slots, which is random. And so you have to save scum if you want your legendary armor to be actually legendary. If I get a legendary chest piece, I want 4 damn slots. And so what I do is I save my game before I approach the legendary item, and then I just reload saves until I get 4 slots. And sometimes I hold out for a legendary armor mod, and sometimes I don't, which the legendary armor mods here, the only armor mods that are legendary is Bully. Okay, so crit damage, right? Let me see. So we got Bully for crit damage, and we've got Fortuna for crit chance. These are your, and then there's oh god, I've got it on my pants, I think. Shoes? Is it the shoes? Deadeye. So there's Deadeye. And so Deadeye, as you can see, is 15% crit chance, 30% crit damage. Deadeye can only be purchased. And then the Bully and the Fortuna can only be gotten through drops. They don't stack. I have extra legendaries slotted here, and I shouldn't, because they don't stack. I don't know if that's a bug. I don't know if that's a game feature. I don't know if... I don't know. But they don't stack, so it's really frustrating. You come in here and you look at your crit chance and your crit damage. You will see people lying, or I don't know if they're lying or if they're just stupid, but I've seen YouTube videos where guys are filling these slots with all bullies and fortunas and claiming that they have, 500% crit damage and, 5,000% crit chance. They're full of shit. They don't. Okay? Your crit chance is this and whatever's on the gun. Okay? And you can see mine's bugged, but I think it shows it as, isn't it 100%? Yeah, there it is. 100% crit chance. I don't know why it does that. That's a really annoying bug. So you see this has 26, and these are some of my favorite weapons, by the way, but we'll get to that. So anyway, the mod slots being random on armor is crap. It shouldn't be that way. They should come in at max. They're legendary. If they're going to be legendary, then make them legendary. Don't just make legendary a damn color. Make them legendary. So you have life paths. You have Street Kid, Corpo, and oh, for God's sake, Nomad. They're largely meaningless, which is frustrating. Your life choice will affect your first 20 to maybe 30 minutes, and it's mostly cutscenes. There's not a lot of gameplay there. You're just watching. And then you all get shunted to where you're on the streets of Night City. And then the experience in the prologue is the same for all the life choices. You get the occasional dialogue option for Corpo or Street Kid or Nomad or whatever, and it varies from situation to situation, and it's usually just flavor text, but every once in a while you can avoid having to bribe somebody or having to beat somebody or whatever. You can, there's a little bit of role play there, but for the most part, the life's paths are irrelevant. So that's a bit of a letdown. And then there's the I don't know if this is the big elephant in the room or not, because honestly I don't know if I care. But they did screw over last gen consoles. So if you haven't heard all the yelling and screaming and gnashing of teeth, the last gen PlayStations and Xboxes, they can buy Cyberpunk 2077, but their piece of shit crappy gaming consoles can't run it because they're piece of shit crappy gaming consoles. And quite frankly, if you thought those pieces of shit could run this brand new AAA cutting edge game, you're an idiot to begin with. But Cyberpunk should not be selling a product to hardware that can't run it. So shame on Cyberpunk, shame on the console gamers. But it's part and parcel to being a console gamer, because console gamers can't be bothered with learning about hardware specs and learning about how how computer technology works and what and why it works. Whereas PC gamers, we build our own machines, we troubleshoot our own machines, so we understand how these systems work, and we understand that eventually, at some point, one of these games is going to bring our shit to its knees, which is exactly what happened with Cyberpunk. It brought my old system to its knees, and my old system is 4 years old, but at the time it was upper 90% in terms of hardware. It's an Intel i7 6700K, and when I bought it, that was the sweet spot. That was the price performer. I had a GeForce 1080. That was a damn good card when I bought it. There was just, I don't even think the 1080 Ti's had come out yet. So shame on both groups. So that's all said and done. Let's talk about what's good about this game. Let's get to the positive, because there's a lot of positive to talk about. First and foremost, the world. Guys, look at this. This is kind of, I was kind of like, huh? What's going on over here? But this is just amazing. There is so much to do. There's tarot cards to scan and mark-nated side jobs and gigs, and You can come in here and, of course, there's shops, and you got all these little assaults in progress, and then there's all the quests. There's not just that stuff. There's quests, and there's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of quests. Now, some of them are your standard FedEx or kill task kind of thing, but others are much more involved. There's some side quests in here that can take you 2 or 3 hours to run. And you can see all this shit that I've done. It's not shit, it's fun. Okay? It's a lot of fun. They've done an absolutely masterful job creating this vibrant, humongous, and yet stacked to the rim. It's just overflowing with fun and interesting exploration. Matters in this game, okay? It really does. And you get out there and you poke your nose into places, and you find gangbangers, you find drug dealers, you find cyber psychos, you find new gear that helps, good gear, you find new crafting. It's just, this is one of the greatest achievements in open world gaming since the last Bethesda game. CD Projekt Red has put Bethesda on notice. There's a new player in the open world RPG genre, and it's CD Projekt Red. The Witcher 3 is kind of an open world game, but not really. This is really an open world game. It's phenomenal. The world is excellent. They've done a great job. They've knocked it out of the park. When it comes to open world game building, 9.5. Very well done. Characterizations. So, the people you meet in this game, the characters, Jackie Wells, Panam, Judy Alvarez, Takata, or Takamura. Great characters. Very, very well acted. Great voice acting. Fantastic facial expressions. Interesting characters that are well written, that have good, interesting arcs. Johnny Silverhand. Love Johnny Silverhand. Love Keanu Reeves. I think he's great. I think it's a great character. I think it's well written, well acted, well directed. Just great. Absolutely great characterizations in this game. Great facial expressions. The graphics are darn pretty. It's just, it has some nice eye candy. I'm not a big eye candy guy, but this is nice. I think the graphics should serve the game, not the other way around. The graphics should pull you in, add to immersion, but they shouldn't get in the way, right? You shouldn't be here solely for the eye. If all you have is eye candy, I'm not buying your game. But this game is very pretty. It is not the best optimized game in the world, but my understanding is that, if I had a 3070 in here, I'd be fine at 1440p on ultra, or at least high. I'm on low because I have a 1080. So, but the graphics are very nice, and the combat. Let's take a look at the combat. You know what? Before we take a look at the combat, let's take a look at the build. So my character, how I decided to build. So reflexes and tech. Tech is basically crafting. Reflexes is, so what you have here is you have attributes. Okay? So body, strength. Basically strength and constitution are here. Reflexes, your dexterity, whatever. Your agility. Tech is crafting and engineering. Engineering is mainly grenades, smart weapons, and tech weapons. Mainly tech weapons, though. I think there's only one smart weapon skill in here. And you can see here, tech weapons don't shoot when fully charged. That's a nice one. So, anyway. So, I am handguns, because I'm a pistol guy. You can see I got a lot of points in handguns. There's some really good perks in here. This is a good skill system. It's got good perks that are fun and interesting. The way that the attributes, because you raise the attributes, and then that sets your max level of these 3 skills within it. And then you do skill up through use by using that. And you can see I fiddled around in blades, but I decided to go handguns, and I probably should have respec'd and got those 2 points back, but I don't really care. Assault is submachine guns and assault rifles. I found an amazing submachine gun that I just had to have as my go loud option. I feel like for my play style, I want a stealth silenced headshot, melon popper headshotter, and then I want something to go loud once I get popped out of stealth. And this is that build. So handguns, splash a little bit of assault, a ton of of crafting. Crafting is very important in this game. It's very powerful. I highly recommend that you get into the crafting system. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then I went a lot of cool for stealth and cold blood. God, cold blood is so good. This is such a fantastic skill line in here. I need to grab that because that's a really good skill. But so the skill system is excellent. I really like the skill system. This is hacking. I splashed a little bit of hacking. Love the skill system. Combat. So for me, it's popping in and out of stealth here, and you see I'm getting warning for illegal activity, which is really frustrating. You do it enough, they'll call the cops, and you can see you've got this. So let me show you some numbers here. So almost 300. See, they get a little. They start with those animations. There we go. I've seen over 300 grand on my revolver crits. God damn it, get the fuck out of the way. I hate civilians. Oh. Yeah, you didn't see nothing. So, almost 300. So, let me show you my my explosive auto. So, we go here. It's explosive and auto-targeting. You gotta love it. Oh, that's everybody. Yeah, this gun is awesome. So, my weapons. So this is chance. I don't know why it's not showing. Okay, so Lizzie is my tech weapon. This is for shooting through walls. If you left click and hold it, it'll charge up and then you can shoot through their cover. Very nice. This is Sinjin or Shinjin. Excellent submachine gun. I highly recommend you get this. It's easy to miss. Very easy to miss. I'm not going to do spoilers, but Google this if you don't want to miss Shinjin. There's also one called Fenrir, which is a fantastic early submachine gun. And then Chance, which I'll have to unequip. What is the hell is going on here? It's bugged. So the game is bugged. Okay, so here's still can't do Chance. Let me show you. Now can I show you Chance? Chance is completely bugged. Anyway, this is a fantastic revolver that you can get through a side quest. If you want to do silenced sniping from medium ranges to maybe the low end of long range, this is your gun. Chance. Absolutely fantastic revolver. Hits like a Mack truck on 10 tons of cocaine. So good combat. I enjoy it. I fiddled around. Now I've fiddled around with melee on this playthrough. I fully committed to blades. Oh, penetrator. Huh, finally. And blades are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. The only knock I can give blades is, to me, the first-person perspective it's not great for melee combat, and so it can be a little difficult to fully immerse yourself in the situational awareness you need to be able to move around the battlefield effectively. And the other problem is a boneheaded game design that the developers decided to implement in this game. They've hidden explosives all over the place. Explosive gas lines, explosive canisters of gas. And the melee guys, they get in there and you're swinging and you accidentally hit one of these canisters and you're dead. Even at high level, you're dead. It seems to be hard-coded in one-shot kill. It's really frustrating. It's really stupid. I hate it. I don't know why they did it that way, but they did. So it's a crying shame. Now I haven't fully spec'd into survivability on my melee guy. I really miss the double jump. I got the super jump on this character. I prefer the double jump. It's much easier to land the double jump than the super jump. It can be done. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's impossible or anything. So let's talk about the story, because people rave about this game's story. It's average. I don't think the story in this game is absolutely fantastic. I it's average. You know, it definitely gets the job done. See, he starts to move. Well, no, I missed that one. That's on me. Oh, now that was a hit. That was a miss. Damn, I'm just sucking. There we go. Oh, that wasn't a headshot. So that was me screwing up there. The story's average. It's not great. It's in fact, I don't love the story because it's so. The story is so. So that's what Lizzie can do. Lizzie can shoot through. You can get Lizzie in the main story as well. I find the story to be very simplistic, and it's a very selfish story, if you will, because the story is mainly, you know, I'm sure everybody knows by now. This is a minor spoiler, but so you get this biochip stuck in your head, and then basically the biochip is killing you. That's where the biochip has Johnny Silverhand's personality on it. And so you're trying to solve the problem of this biochip in your head that you can't remove before it kills you. Well, that's it. And it's really not that interesting. There's there's one pretty interesting revelation along the way, which I enjoyed, but for the most part, it's really not that compelling or interesting or surprising or yeah, it just didn't grab me. It didn't wow me. So the story's average. Some of the side quests are absolutely excellent. They're very well written, very well done. I really enjoyed Pan Am stuff. I liked the story aspects of the Judy Alvarez, Evelyn Parker side quest. I did not like all the brain dance content, so you know that was a mixed bag for me. The quest to get Chance is very well done. You meet a new, what's his name, Forrest, something like that. He's a cool character. That's very well done. The crafting system. The crafting system is excellent. It's very well done. Love this crafting system. So because I like it when games mix drops and crafted gear. That's a failure of Skyrim, because Skyrim is all about crafted gear, and drop gear becomes largely irrelevant because the player made stuff is far superior. And so that's frustrating. That's and then you have other games where there's no crafting, or the crafting is largely irrelevant. This game, it synergizes drops with, so you get the drops and then you improve them through crafting. But you can also craft original gear. And you can find the recipes for, armadillo. Now resist, I've heard people say resist doesn't work. I haven't tested it, I don't know. Backpacker does work, but I don't need carry capacity because I'm not a moron. So penetrator, increasing crit chance. This does stack, so this is a good one to have. So there's a really good crafting system. So you can make your weapon mods, you can upgrade your weapons. So you have crafting and you have upgrades. And you come in here and you collect these resources, either buy them, or what I do is I break down everything. Okay, and then that way I get crafting XP from turning broken down crafting materials into sellable loot. And so I get experience and I make money. That's how I do things. Really good crafting system. I really like it. I highly recommend 18 Tech for any build, any playthrough, because not only do you get access to, excuse me, crafting and engineering, every time you raise Tech, you get another plus 5% to your armor, and armor really does matter. Armor stacks. So, it'll make you tougher, right? Yeah, big fan of the crafting. Good loot, and, I've already talked about the skill system. I really like it. Overall, I have to say, I was disappointed. And the reason I was disappointed with this game was because I had such high expectations of this game. And that might not be fair. Maybe it isn't fair. I tried to avoid the hype. I was aware of Cyberpunk, but I wasn't following it religiously or anything. I ignored it until just a few weeks ago. But I did get on the hype train a little bit because I was watching videos and watching pre-release footage and listening to people talk about what it had and what it could do and what the devs were promising, and I started to get hyped for it. And I started to hope for a new #1 all-time game. That's what I was hoping. I was hoping this game would unseat Deus Ex Human Revolution. And it didn't. And that disappointed me. And that might not be fair because, you've only got one all-time great. And most games don't rise to that level. And they're still good games. So I consider this game to be unrealized potential. Am I going to get myself in trouble here? I look at this game and I see that if it wasn't buggy and that if the story was just a little better and if the justice system was better, if the brain dances weren't even a thing, because I hate brain dances, yeah, this could be a sublime experience, and it's not. It's a really good experience. Really good. Is it a great experience? I don't know. I don't think so. It doesn't feel great yet, It feels like it needs a little extra something to push it into greatness. I'm not really sure what that something is. I mean, maybe if you fix the driving and you squish all the bugs and fine tune the justice system so that it actually makes sense. If you made legendary armor legendary, that would help. But these are all little tweaks. I don't know. I don't know. Because the main story for me is so unsatisfying and the endings are so bad. They're just terrible. They're the worst endings I think I've ever had to put up with. And I really do consider it putting up with them because they're so terrible. Yeah, this game's a 7. It really is a 7, and it breaks my heart to say that because I wanted this to be a 9.5. I wanted it to be sublime. I wanted this to be the new heavyweight champion for me. What in the world? What did that just blow up? Okay. I've never seen that happen before. Right in the middle of my review. Yeah, it's a 7. It's a 7. It's 5 is average, 6 is good, 7's very good, 8 excellent, 9 to 9.5 sublime. And this game is just, it's a 7. And it, it it really does break my heart to admit that. And see, there's the explosive canisters. What is this? It's just some guys talking shit. So yeah, it's a 7. I don't know. I don't know. And it really does disappoint me to say that. But anyway, Cyberpunk 2077. Who should buy this game? If you like Fallout, if you like Fallout 4, yeah, this is your game. This is absolutely your game. You will dig this. If you like Elder Scrolls, this is probably a good fit. It's just gonna come down. I mean, because the melee's good, and the melee's gonna work in a very similar vein to Elder Scrolls melee. If you like being the mage, being the craft, being the long range debuffer, nuker, whatever, make yourself a net runner. Come over here and do 1820 intelligence and take breach protocol and quick hacking up to 1820. Yeah, this is your mage area right here. I'm testing body and reflexes for one hand. I don't think you need a lot of body for your katanas and for your mantis blades to kick ass, but I'm not 100% sure about that, so I'm not ready to make a build video on that one yet. I need more data. Yeah, if you like Fallout, if you like Elder Scrolls, I think you could really enjoy this game. If you like Deus Ex Human Revolution, I don't know. It's going to kind of depend on what you liked about that game and what it was that brought you to that game. You can get those Deus Ex moments of sneaking through levels and using your silenced pistols to headshot people and hack cameras and hack security systems. You can definitely get that, and of course the ability to hack is more powerful here than in the first Deus Ex game. And you can see this submachine gun is just phenomenal. So I would, that Metal Gear Solid stuff. I didn't play it, but I've watched videos on it. I've watched reviews on it. I don't know how much Metal Gear fans would like this. These stealthing mechanics here are not as sophisticated as they are in Deus Ex Human Revolution. There's quite a bit of stealth, and stealth is quite effective. My other playthrough only has 3 cool, and of course this one you can see I have 14, 16 cool. So I'm heavily invested into stealth here, and this guy is a much better sneaker. So I don't know. So yeah, it's a 7. I'm disappointed in saying that. Kind of breaks my heart. I'm still enjoying it, and I'm gonna keep playing it, and I'm gonna make some more content for it. But I wish it was better. Oh, and just real quick, some people have bitched and pissed and moaned about all the sexual content. Grow up. Somebody got all pissed off because this trans person has a big boner in their leotard. Grow up, okay? It's just a tongue-in-cheek joke. Yes, this game is set in a hypersexualized world. That's how they decided to do their world building. And if you've ever been to a red light district in any modern city, that's kind of what it's like. So grow the fuck up. Okay? Stop acting like some 14th century Puritan clutching at your pearls because somebody put a dong on a poster. God damn. You don't lose your shit when you see an elbow or a knee, and you lose your shit when you see a erect penis. Grow the fuck up. I'm so sick of people getting all bent out of shape over human sexuality. I just don't have any time for it. I don't have any patience for it. This isn't working so well. Huh. There we go. Let me pull out Lizzie here. Oh, shit. That guy hit me hard. So, yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Let me see if I can get out of here. Or I could just kill these people. There we go. Yeah, Lizzie's awesome. Huh? Oh. Oop. Lizzie runs out of bullets fast. So, thanks for watching. If you like the content, like, subscribe, please. If you don't like the content, keep that shit to yourself. Wow. Well, I kicked over a hornet's nest. Alright, guys. I'll see you next time. I'll start making some more content a little bit later. I've got a lot of tips and tricks for crafting. And I'll probably have that up in a few days. Anyway, Merry Christmas. I'll see you next time. Like, subscribe. Thanks a lot. Later.